Pokemon Masters has been out a couple of days. Let's go ahead and get into it. Let's talk about the pros and cons, if it's worth the download, and what I think personally about it. Thanks for choosing to watch my video, and here we go. Right off the bat, I'm going to tell you the thing I like the most and the thing I don't like the most, okay? And the thing that I like the most is there's no energy in this game. That's right. You can play it infinitely, as much as you want. There is no energy. You can just go in here to the training. I can go to the level up courses. I can click on the normal one. Ching bada bing, hit go, level up my characters. We'll explain more about the level up in courses and stuff later, but that's it. You notice there's no energy, there's no fee. I just do it. That's it. But I'm a pretty bitter whale coming from many pay-to-win games, so the concept of actually being able to play a game is new to me. Now I'm going to tell you the thing I don't like the most. And that's the fact that you have to play it like this. I have an iPad, that's where I play most of my things on, and this game does not go sideways. They force you into phone mode. And obviously for recording purposes, it is difficult. I have to make up little things like this in order to make it look not too terrible. And I much prefer being able to play these sideways. So for me, that was kind of a kick in the chops when I realized that. We'll go over some more pros and cons later, but I wanted to get the most important things out of the way first in case you just wanted, like, my most important points. Okay, so what's the gameplay look like? Well, this is the home screen. All the characters you collect as you play through the game are going to show up here. You can click on them. You can talk to them. They're going to interact with you. I've noticed, like, some of the people here have actually given me stuff when I talk to them. And there's little, like, story snippets. Now, what's the actual battles look like? So if you go to Explore, this is like the campaign, right? You can go through either the main story, that's the campaign, then sync pair stories, which is kind of just like conversations with the people you've collected, kind of more backstories than anything. And then you have the training areas, which is where you can go and just kind of like grind experience or items or whatever if you need them. Now, the training courses are some of them are unlimited. I've noticed some of them you can only do a certain amount of times per day. Like this boss looks unlimited, but if you scroll all the way down here for like the tech super course, you only get 3. I can only get 3 chances in the next 5 hour, for example. And then, you know, that's all I got. And I think it goes to like the next one, for example. For the most part, I've just been doing the main story. I haven't progressed too far. I'm in chapter 3. There's different chapters. And then some of the stories are just like talking. You literally don't do anything at all. And some of them are battles. Now, when you go into the battles, it's going to tell you what the recommended types are. And it's going to flash like yellow around your character if you're strong against that type. I'm just going to go ahead and just pick these. You can also edit your team here and click the optimize button. And then hit yes. And it's going to grab you the perfect people or your strongest people for this. And ching bada bing, there you go. Then you can hit go. You get into the battle, and once you're into the battle, you can either have it on auto, like sped up, and the computer will play it for you, or you can play it manually. And for the most part, the battles are kind of different from the stereotypical Pokemon battles. There is the, let me turn off the auto here, and turn the speed to normal. Okay, so you're going to notice there's a turn meter bar at the bottom, and that is it's live battles, so people are playing in real time, basically. The other people there are going to be taking turns too. Like, we can both go at the same time. I can select the other person by just clicking on the icons down here like this, cycling through them, and do the different moves. I can, you know, buff people up like this, and then I can attack if I want to with like bite. I can select the different people by clicking on them. You can see I have different people to target. And I can, you know, attack like that. Or you can just hit the auto button in the top corner, and I have it where it goes really fast on auto, and it's going to go through and just attack automatically. Now, I've noticed on auto, I don't think it's super smart. I haven't seen it attack the correct weakness yet. I should mention the weakness above everyone's head. It's going to say the weakness of that person. It seems like they have one weakness, so it isn't carrying like the typical Pokemon where they have multiple weaknesses. I only see one weakness per. And then after the battle here, you know, you have a little bit of a conversation, and it's like, congratulations, you did it. You know, to be honest, I normally skip all these. I'm not really that interested in listening to whatever these guys have to say. But there is some pretty classic Pokemon style interactions in this game. There's some pretty funny stuff. I've noticed some, you know, breaking of the fourth wall type snippets and, you know, stuff like that. So if you're really interested in you're a classic Pokemon player, you're probably going to like this game a lot, to be honest, because it just seems like a normal Pokemon game. I was kind of expecting to get like, you know, some microtransaction heavy. And don't get me wrong, you can put money in the game. I put $20 in the game, but I got like almost every character. Like, I have tons of 5 stars now. I don't know how I could ever put like it feels like Brawl Stars where you put like maybe $50 into the game by the time you're done with it, and then you're just good at that point. That's kind of how I feel like this. I don't really feel like it's pay to win. I feel like this is probably the most free to play game I've played in recent memory. I mean, it doesn't have energy to play. You don't really need to purchase anything. It comes with gyms already when you log in. Right now, in launch rewards, it's giving you tons of gyms every time you log in. You can get free characters that way. It really actually I'm kind of almost waiting for like the other, boot to fall or whatever that saying is, because I'm not quite sure that I understand where they're going with this yet. To me, it seems very basic, very simple. It's a collector type of game. You just collect your Pokemon, you beat the story. They collect a couple bucks from the people that want to, collect heroes faster. Or the ones I'm sure they gate out by only being able to get them through real money or something. They do have a difference between paid and free gyms you get, and only certain things can be purchased with paid gyms, I've noticed. So that may be where the monetization aspect may come to get us later on in the future, and maybe they'll integrate some kind of like heavy PvP mode. But I am still a noob in this game, so I may not have hit the portion of that yet. Now, when it comes to like your characters and stuff, and so that now you've seen the story, okay? So you get how the story goes. Now let's go back to the characters, because let's talk about progressing your characters, okay? So if we go to like our Pokedex here, right, and see the new missions pop up. Missions are like your daily challenges. You know how every one of these games has like their daily do this, do that, and there they are. You can get your daily challenges. You can claim your items. Blah 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 blah. Okay, so now let's talk about progressing the characters. So if you go to your Pokedex here, and you look at your different characters, let's find one we want to do, right? Let's go through and let's say, okay, I know who I want to do. So watch. You go over here and you click on team and you click on level up and you pick whoever you want. Okay, so let's do this chick here. And then you pick your level up items. These are like training droids from Star Wars Galaxy Heroes, if you're familiar with that, or experience brews. If you're more familiar with Raid Shadow Legends, you put them in there. She's now level 26. She's gained 10 levels. That's a whole bunch of experience. You see her base stats go up. And you can see base stats at max levels through the Pokedex again. So if you want to see, maxed people to really compare, I think she's quite good. So I've been using her. She's a 5-star. 5-star definitely seem better than like the 3 stars, for example. And so that's how you would level them. Now, how about the moves and abilities? So same character, we click on there. Maybe we want to learn this third move. And you'll notice it says stock 13, X5. So you click on that and you click learn. And yep, we're going to use them there. And now we've learned the third move. And we only got 8 left of those. So there is a little bit of gating by resources. That may be where the grind comes in. But so far, the game's been very fun and enjoyable. It doesn't feel like it's, too grindy. You can increase potential with these tickets or sync pairs. So if you get like a duplicate of somebody, like if I pull another one of these 5-star characters, she'll instead be something called a sync pair upgrade, which your sync move is based upon these. And if you get 5 of them, it goes up by a star count, right? And it gets stronger. So and your sync move is kind of like your super special power you get once you've used enough moves in a row. And I don't want to go into detail of the combat system too much, because it's actually fairly simple. And once you kind of pick up the game, you'll figure it out. This is more of just a basic thing. And then this is the news, where they kind of just break down and show you, what's going on, current issues, which is kind of cool. That way you can see in game everything that's going on. I thought the game was pretty well done so far. My initial impression of this, to be honest, is that if you are a standard Pokemon player / Pokemon enjoyer, you're probably going to like this game a lot if you don't take it too seriously. If you're somebody who's an extreme heavy grinder, somebody who's looking for a real high-end game when it comes to theory crafting or things of that, I don't think this is that. I think this is kind of a fun, casual game. To be honest, I really am kind of glad this game came out as a fun, casual game. I feel like there is a lot of extremely, pay-to-win, paywalled, extremely grindy type of games already, and it's kind of nice just to have a little bit more relaxed version of these collector games that we all enjoy. So if you're looking for maybe a second game to play on the side, or if you're looking for something that's way more casual, or if you're just an absolute massive Pokemon fan, I think this is the one for you guys. Otherwise, if you're looking for something more hardcore, I'd say maybe just try it out, see if you like it. Otherwise, maybe pass on. Now, there's one more aspect of the game that we haven't covered before we kind of in this review here, and that's going to be the co-op aspect of this game. So you can apparently co-op with up to 3 people and all play together. Now, I have not unlocked the co-op aspect because I am new to the game, plus I don't have any friends in the game quite yet, but when we do get that, I'll cover it. So subscribe if you want to see me covering the co-op aspect and more detailed reviews. And if you want me to cover anything in particular in this game, go ahead and let me know in the comments and I will cover that for you. I think I'm going to wrap up here and say my basic review, first look at this game, is going to be, it's fairly enjoyable. I think it's worth the download. I'm gonna give this one a thumbs up, guys. I wasn't too excited when I originally downloaded, but when I learned there's no energy and you can just kind of play and have fun, and it's got a lot of interesting characters, and maybe the auto system's not fantastic and the combat's a little basic, but I actually very much enjoy it. So thanks for watching this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed this review, and I'll see you on the next live stream or in the next YouTube video. Love you all, and bye-bye.